What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, do you believe in reincarnation? Is reincarnation real? What would give us the idea, us being the people that believe in reincarnation, what would give us the idea that it's real? Because I believe in reincarnation. And I'll give you my take on it. And again, I don't know everything, okay? But this is just my vantage point. So I believe that reincarnation is real due to the fact that the soul, our soul in our body, lives in the heart. And the soul is energy. When you look in your birth chart, your soul is energy. All of you inside, because the vessel doesn't belong to you. The only thing that belongs to you is your vessel. Is your soul. So the soul is energy. So the first thing that give me the inclination that reincarnation is real is that the soul never dies because the soul is energy and energy cannot be destroyed. It just transfers from one place to another, one vessel to another, one being to another. It doesn't it cannot be destroyed. You can't destroy energy. You can't you cannot destroy it. So knowing that the soul is energy, then the soul has no choice but to transfer into from one vessel to another. So when it leaves one body, it goes into another body. So that's where I get the idea of reincarnation when I started digging deep, you know what I'm saying? Because when you start going down the rabbit hole for information, I'm not going to go too far because you can get lost. You know what I'm saying? If you go too far in trying to get knowledge, but it just that's not too to me that's not too far down. It's just common sense. If energy can be, see, we say a lot of things, and I think a lot of times people say stuff because it sound good. It make them sound smart. But when they're saying things, it's like, do you even know what you're talking about? Or you just saying it because you heard somebody else say it and now you're saying it? Meaning, sometimes we'll hear people say about a child, oh, they have an old soul. Why would you say a child has an old soul if you don't believe in reincarnation? You're saying they act old? If you feel that child has an old soul, that's because that child is an old soul. That means they've been here before. They've been in many bodies before. You just don't know it. You might be an old soul. You'll never remember it because energy can't be destroyed. And when a child is born and they take the breath, the first breath, that's when the soul enters the body. It's like when we think about the anatomy, anatomy, excuse me, and in life itself, and how we're created, and how how do we even get life? It's like you never sit down and think about stuff like that. I mean, I do, maybe because I had that Gemini mind and I just like to think a lot. But I'm curious, you know what I'm saying? I'm curious, and I've always been curious ever since I was a child. I was always curious, like, what does this all mean? What is, because it feels to me like a movie set. I literally feel like I'm in a movie when I'm in life. Like people that if I go into a store and I go into a store, just say I go into a corner store just to get a snack out of the corner store. I want a bottle of water. And I go into a corner store to get a bottle of water. As soon as I open the door, that's a scene. The person that's the cashier behind the clerk that's behind the counter is a person in is a part of my that scene when I walk in there. And when other people walk in after I'm in there, because you are the star of your life. You know what I'm saying? You are the star of your life. And when you have people and you go into a convenience store, just like I said, if I was in a store and other people were coming in to buy things, those people are extras. So if God was to change the channel and focused on me at this moment, this is why I say you have to be have integrity at all times, because you never know when God might flip the switch. And because everything is recorded, it doesn't matter if you being watched at that present moment, everything is being recorded. So it's like, if he decided to flip the switch and go to your channel, and you just so happen to be in the store, that's a scene right there in your movie. You the main star, and like I said, people coming in and out of the store are extras, and you might have a main role with a specific person. You know what I'm saying? While you talking to the clerk and you making your transaction, that person is starring. It is like featured in it. They may not have a main role in your life, because that person, unless you go to that store all the time. You know what I'm saying? And if you were to go to that store all the time, then that person will be have a main role in your life for whatever, however long you stay going to that store. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, we switch roles with each other. You know what I'm saying? Our souls is like, okay, we're gonna come down here, and I'm gonna be this, and you gonna be this, or whatever. And then when you pass away, it's like, you go, okay, you go back your however it's done, because it's not like you can't ask me, well, if it's like this, how was it like that? I only can see what I can see. Like, God is not gonna let me see it all, but I only can see what I can see, and what I can see is that we switch roles. We switch roles. It's like, my mother was my mother in this life. Okay, she might be a sister to her siblings in this life, but after the next life, what is she gonna be? She might be her sibling's mother or best friend or something like that. This is why when you meet people, it be a strong connection to them, because this is why when you have relationships, you knew that person before, and it's like, we sign up, we gonna be, when we come to earth this time, we're gonna do this. And then sometimes when people come to earth, and they flip the script, they don't do what their soul signed up to do. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's like, you get a soul contract and you don't do what the contract is. It's like getting a job, and you know it's like you getting hired for a job, and you know what your job duties are, and then you start slacking and doing whatever you want to do instead of doing what you came to do. And that's how I know that reincarnation is real, because when you fail, when it's like, when you get fired, it's like you felt life. So now you got to come back, and you got to pay off what you didn't do in this life from the last life. You got to pay it off in this life from the last life, because you failed. You failed the last time. So now you got to come back and do it over and do it again, and people keep failing. This is why souls keep returning, because your soul will never rest if you don't graduate. How you go? It's like, how are you going to graduate? This is, like I said, it's not like I know what I'm talking about, because I could be wrong, but this is how I see it. It's like, how can your soul go to the higher place, whatever it is? Because I don't even really feel like it's heaven. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the space that a soul will go to when it's done coming back to earth. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why you keep coming back to earth is because you're failing. You have to it's like you repeating the 12th grade. If you don't pass the 12th grade, you got to keep coming back, and your soul got to keep coming back, because you never in the last life, you didn't graduate, you didn't complete. You know what I'm saying? So your soul's gonna enter another body and do it all over again. And that's why people get deja vu, and they be feeling like, I did this before. It's because you did. That's how I see it. Like I said, I could be wrong, and I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like when I look at reincarnation and you tell me that energy cannot be destroyed, and I know that the soul is energy because in the birth chart, you got all these zodiac signs, which is energy. All the zodiac sign, the name of the zodiac sign and the description of the zodiac sign only explains the type of energy, just like you have a battery. You got alkaline battery, you got a double D. You have all these different type of batteries is explaining what type of battery it is because it's different energies pulling from those batteries. And it's the same thing that's inside of us, is that we have these different zodiac signs, which is energy, and you can't destroy it. You know what I'm saying? You can recharge these batteries. You know what I'm saying? Because you got chargers and you can recharge these batteries now. You don't even have to destroy them, because at first people was throwing batteries away. But now all you got to do is get you a battery charger and charge the battery. Because your energy can't be destroyed. So if we are full, if our souls is full of energy, how reincarnation is real? I need somebody to explain that to me, because that's what I'm gathering. And I don't get on here to project my thoughts and opinions on anybody. I just feel like I need somebody to explain to me. You know what I'm saying? Why is reincarnation not real if energy can't be destroyed and our soul is full of energy? How is it not real then? This is why you know what I'm saying, when we lose people, and I'm not saying not to get sad, because we're human and we're human and we're going to have feelings, just like I have feelings when I got fired. I have feelings when I get mistreated, but at the end of the day, I know it's a part of my role. You know what I'm saying? At the end of after I overcome the feeling part of it, after I overcome the initial impact of it, I come to the conclusion there's no need for me to stay in this space and be upset, because this is a part of the story. It's deep to me, you know what I'm saying? I like talking about stuff like that, and I really want to write a movie. You know what I'm saying? Because and if a person was sitting here listening to me saying "Ooh, I want to steal her idea about a movie," go ahead. Go ahead and steal it. You're going to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for it. Yes, I'm just telling you right now. You're gonna pay for it. And plus, you don't have the whole idea of what you know. What my spirit knows anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you just a little clip of it. That's like a person telling you a piece of information, and you try to make it into a whole full story off of one little. It's like how rumors get started. You know what I'm saying? A person hear a piece of information, and then they go run with it. They take it and run with it, and it's like, "Ooh, did you hear this?" And then they start yakking their mouth, and everybody believe what you saying, and you don't know what you're talking about. So you could just take this little bits and pieces of what I'm saying right now and feel like you could steal an idea, but you know what I'm saying, you get nowhere when you steal, because like I said, you want to get anywhere in this life, you got to have integrity. You can just watch the movie play out after I write it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you that as far as reincarnation is concerned, the way I see it, and I'm not forcing my my thoughts and opinions on anyone. I know that reincarnation is real, and once I write a movie about it, then you're gonna see it. You still probably won't believe it, and that's okay. You don't have to, but I know it'll be worth watching. I know it'll be worth watching, because watching it is gonna be surreal, and so my personal opinion, I believe that reincarnation is real, but to each his or her own. And I never project my thoughts and opinions on anyone, because you don't have to listen to anything that I'm saying. You can always exit stage right. But I think that reincarnation is real. I really do. And this is why, it's another part of me that helped me heal as far when I lost my mother. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm going to see her again. I might see her as something else, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else, but I will see her again. But it just won't be in this life, because she played her role and her role ended. But that vessel of her, the vessel and the character that she played was not her. You know what I'm saying? You know, I literally stood up at my mother's funeral and explained that's not her. You know what I'm saying? The soul is who she is. That vessel is not, because you don't get to keep it. It's like a rental. You got to return it. You know what I'm saying? But energy cannot be destroyed, and the soul lives forever. So that's just my take on it, and I hope you enjoy the explanation I have. And that's all I got for you. And I holler though. One love. Peace.